What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I continue my 10,000 steps. I want to talk to y'all about being rich and why we should all try to be rich. Now, I'm not rich yet. I'm working on it. But I need you guys to work on that right along with me. We need to get rich. Why is that so? Well, not only is life a bit easier when you have more resources, you can get a lot more fun out of life when you have more resources as well. You can also do more for people that you care about when you have more resources. Think about this. If you had 10 million bucks right now sitting in your bank account, how much could you do with that? Think about it. How many people you care about could you do things for? You could buy, a car for your dad, one of the cars he always loved, not some super crazy muscle car, supercar, Bugatti or something. No, we're talking about something older, kind of like a dream car of his. Maybe he's into the Fast and Furious movies. He likes the OG Charger that Vin Diesel drives. He wants that. Well, you can afford that easily for him. Let's say you want to get your parents a better house. You want to get them something like that behind me, this Victorian Mansion. Over in this area, those are everywhere. But let's say you want to upgrade their house. You want to get them something like that. You can do so. You can do so easily. You got $10 million. That's not even going to cost you $1 million probably. You can do a lot more for people that you care about when you have resources. So this is why I say we need to get rich. Not just me, you guys too. We need to get rich. We can do a lot more for the people around us and ourselves when we have resources. I think about how life is for me now. Not having any debt, not worrying about can I pay my bills. Life's pretty damn good. Once I reached a point in my life where I didn't have to worry about bills, I don't know. It was like unlocking a new level of life, and I knew what that was like before. When I was doing real estate back in the day, I knew what that was like before. And then I kind of fell off, ended up struggling again. And when I got back to the point to where I wasn't struggling, where I wasn't worried about bills again, it hit different, man. It really did. It hit different. I said to myself, I will never let myself get into struggle mode like that again. So I'm no longer struggling. I'm no longer hungry. I'm at the point where I'm telling myself I'll never be broke again, because I know what that feels like, and it's not fun. So I'm going to do whatever's necessary to keep maintaining the quality of life that I have now. But I'm not all about me. I like seeing other people prosper as well. Like, really, I do a lot of stuff for the people around me, and I do it because I truly like seeing the people around me winning and doing better. So if there's something that I can do to help them, I'm usually going to do it. I don't just give and give and give and give and give to the point of people taking advantage of me. You have to be helping yourself first for me to want to help you. But I do a lot for the people around me because I want to see them prosper. So I really do get a personal satisfaction out of seeing other people winning. I know not everybody's like that. There's a lot of haters out there. I experience them just like y'all experience them, but we can't worry about the haters. We have to worry about prospering so that not only are we winning, but the people around us are winning. I mentioned before about if your parents aren't retired, use that as a motivator to keep grinding. That could be one thing. If you've got kids and you just want to provide them with a better quality life, use that as a motivator for grinding. You know, if you're just simply struggling day to day, because the economy is kicking a lot of people's ass right now. If you part of that group that the economy is kicking your ass, use that as motivation to keep grinding. But don't stop there. Like, aim to get rich. You know, really, aim to get rich. Now, you might not get rich, but there's nothing wrong with aiming for it. I'm going to share with you guys the title of a book that I read years ago that kind of changed my way of thinking a bit. It's called Think Big and Kick Ass by Donald Trump. Now, I know some people love him, some people hate him. You know, you've got very strong political opinions about him one way or another. That's not what this is about. It's simply about him as an author. We're not going to get into the political aspect of it. Just him as an author. You know, a buddy of mine at the time, really good friend of mine, we talked to this day. He gave me that book and he was like, read it. I looked at it, I was like, read it? He's like, yeah, read it. He brought it to me at work. We worked together. This is, oh boy, I met him when my Target days. But I took the book home. I told him I would read it, even though I had no interest in it. I told him I would read it, so I intended to do just that. I started reading it, and it really caught my interest. So I read that book cover to cover, working full time. I was going to real estate school at the time. I managed to read that book in like a day and a half, in between doing everything else that I needed to do. And I really did enjoy the book because it offered me a perspective that I really didn't consider before. Ultimately, and this is me paraphrasing, of course, you have to think anyway, so you might as well think big. You know, he offered like a quiz in the book to take, and it was like, how much money do you want to earn this year, or something like that, and it had various different amounts. I'm gonna have to step off to the side because this wind is getting ridiculous. But it said, how much money do you want to earn? And it offered various different amounts. And I chose an amount. And when I looked on the next page, he basically said, and this is again me paraphrasing, if you chose anything but the highest amount, you chose wrong, essentially. Because even if you're not going to make the highest amount, I don't remember if the highest amount was like $1 million or 10 million that year or something like that. But it was like, even if you're not going to make the highest amount, there's nothing wrong with wanting to. And I'm like, dang, I really didn't consider that. Okay, yeah, I might not make that, but what is wrong with wanting to? So it really changed how I started looking at things. I started to really, I took a shoot for the stars, land on the moon approach. I'll shoot for the damn stars because it doesn't hurt to. If I land on the moon, hey, I'm still out of this world, right? You know, so this is why I say, aim to get rich. Some of you may be like, oh, I don't want to get rich, this and that. Well, why not? You know, maybe you really don't want to get rich, but why not? Does it really hurt to get rich? Does it hurt to try? You know, you may not achieve it, but is it really going to hurt you to grind as much as necessary to pull yourself up and put yourself in a better position and be able to help people around you that you care about? So aim for it. Even if you may never make that $10 million, but it's not going to hurt you to aim for it. You may end up making 1 million. That's still pretty good money too, to take care of yourself and help a few people out around you. So try to get rich. We should be trying to get rich. I'm trying to get rich. I want y'all to be trying to get rich with me. You know, figure out what it is you're good at. Because it's not going to come from working a 9 to 5. You're not going to get rich from working for somebody else. And I've put in plenty of grind hours working a 9 to 5 to know to know better, that you're not gonna get rich working a 9 to 5 unless you're working some executive level position somewhere. That's really the only way you're gonna make that type of cash to where you like, I'm a bank $10 million. I'm gonna be able to retire with a golden parachute. I think you guys get where I'm going with this though. I may revisit this topic in the future about getting rich. I'm gonna leave it here for now though. So appreciate y'all connecting with me. As always I do, leave me them comments, thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.